Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering what it takes to be like a really good chess player and really improve in the game, then you're not alone, believe me. I myself have had this struggle, and a lot of players face the idea of how do you actually improve and get better when it just seems like you're stuck in one place at the same rating of, 750 and you haven't improved in months. Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 games that I hope will help you improve your own game and have a little bit of laughs. Enjoy these. Let's jump into the first one. Okay, game number one is sorry if I'm sounding a little weird. It's just because I'm a little congested. Game number one was sent to me by Zach. I've featured his games before. He played Christian Pulisic, not the real Christian Pulisic. He played the bot, which is rated 1500. Zach is playing, like I said, with the white pieces, and he plays e4. Before I go any farther, I just want to say, most of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed, over 90% of you guys. So if you do enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything. It just shows YouTube that people like the video, people are enjoying the channel. So do that. It'll support the channel. And if you do that, also turn on notifications so you do not miss when a new upload drops, because we do upload videos regularly. So do that, please, and it'll be helping out the channel and everyone. And go buy some PawnStorm merch with the link down below in the description or on the about page. E4, E6, Knight F3, and B6. Sorry about that. B6, D4, Bishop B7, Bishop to D3, and D5. Okay, so far it's just a pretty normal position. Black is taking a more, I would say hypermodern, but hypermodern is like only you're attacking the center from a distance, not doing D5 and E6. So kind of a hybrid center approach and hypermodern. E5. Okay, white plays A4. I haven't ever seen that before, but maybe he's got some ideas brewing. B4, C5. Okay, so there's his idea. He's going for an opening of the queen side. Now we have B5. So scratch that. He's not going for an opening of the queen side. Instead, he's going for a closing of the queen side. Knight to G5. Bishop takes and H takes, which I think is good. You open up the rook, and you can also always castle queen side if you would want to, though I don't recommend it. So G3, rook to B8. So black has now officially lost the right to castle both ways. H4, queen to C8. Although these bots are very tricky, even though they're not castling, they'll find a way to maybe get the king out and use it maybe in the center and create some tricky position for the opponent, possibly. C3. C takes D4, C takes D4, queen to C4. Okay, the knight comes out, develops and attacks queen. Queen goes to C3. If I was white, I'd probably go bishop to A3. You could also go queen to B3. No. What would be good here? So
white goes queen to B3 and hangs the rook.
Okay, so far we can already learn a lot from this game. White or black played some weird things, but they got a rook for it, so I don't know. Maybe they're both even. Maybe both sides are even. Now castles and rook to C8. Okay, so if I'm white, I'm thinking, okay, no, me want to trade queens. Me don't want to trade queens, so me want to get the queen to a place that can defend the bishop or just move the bishop, which white goes here. And I believe the queen is trapped now. Yes, queen is trapped. So now white, I would still take black because black has two rooks for a queen. Okay, they're up in material and points. So yeah, obviously I take that. A6. Okay, so white decides to take. That's fine. Now we have king to G2 and F6 in this. Now, black is pretty safe. Black's king is pretty safe. He can always move the king to protect those pawns. The knights aren't going to get in there very easily. I mean, the only way to do it would be something like, let's see, this, and this maybe, but you have to be very careful. And then this, it could be very tricky. I mean, black's bishop, despite having not a lot of space here, has very nice vision, so the queen can't really get over here because obviously you'd be taken. Uh, so, yeah. Basically, I'm saying, let's keep going. Move is the moves. This is okay. So, whenever you play, the moves you play should kind of make sense, at least to you, if not to the people watching a video about your game. It should kind of make sense. Also, I'm sorry, there's kind of a weird light deal going on over here. Uh, there's just sunlight coming through a window, so I don't have shades or anything, so I'm sorry about that. I don't want to film this at midnight or something, so anyway, the move that you do should be able to make sense, at least to you, if not to people that are watching it in a future video. Which of course y'all are. We all are together. But anyway, they should make at least a little bit of sense. And here we have rook to c8, or rook to c6, sorry, which makes sense. I'm not criticizing this move. I mean, yet. Now bishop to c3 is played, and now b5. Okay. So far, no major blunders. Okay. See, the bots, this is why bots are different than people. If you're a good human player, not a bot player, if you're a good human player, you will know automatically if you're up in material, like black obviously is, they're up a point, but basically up a piece. Don't even think about it. You trade pieces. You don't even think about it, okay? Because that's what you do. It's harder for your opponent to make any kind of attacks or future ideas to attack your position if they don't have any pieces. Just know that for the future, it's very, you don't even think about it. If you're a high rated player, or even a low rated player that's watched a few PawnStorm YouTube videos, you don't even think about it, right? You automatically trade the pieces because it's always harder for your opponent. Okay. And the same goes for the other side. If you are down in material like white is, and your opponent is offering a trade, don't ever do that. Unless, I mean, obviously if you're forced to, you have to trade because you don't want to just lose pieces. But don't ever, if your opponent is offering a trade and it's easy, it's an easy option to not trade, 10 times out of 10 you're going to want to not trade, okay? Unless, 9 times out of 10, unless you have like a checkmate or something in one, then you're going to want to trade. But most of the time, do not trade because it'll only help your opponent. Okay, knight to b3. Rook to c2. Rook to c2 makes sense. You're attacking the bishop. Although the thing with rook to c2 is it's very easy to be parried. It's very easy to just kick the rook out, I would say. Just something like queen to b1. Just the rook is pushed back again. Bishop to a3 though. And now bishop to f8. Okay. You don't want to take. Here white takes. Okay. Bad thing. Okay. Knight to c5. Okay. e5. D takes. And okay, so black gives away a pawn, which is fine. Okay. So now white is going ham on trading pieces. Okay. And okay, so this is the thing about bots. Okay. And another thing is I didn't look at this game before this video, so I am watching it the same as you are for the first time. Also, we should speed this up a little bit. But anyway.
This is the first time I saw it too, so this is the thing about bots.
They do weird, very weird, dumb things like this. They hang pieces. Okay, they hang more pieces. Okay, that's just what they do. After a while, they just hang pieces. And king h7 and mate. Okay, so I just needed to speed this up a little bit.
Bots just do weird things. I don't know what it is about them, but if they're like winning, and then they just freeze and they're like, wait a minute, I'm not letting my opponent beat me. Give away all my pieces, I don't want to win, That's what they do. That's just like, I don't want to win, blah.
They just do that. They go crazy and they blow out servers on chess.com because they don't want to win. Okay, this game we could learn a lot. If I were you, I would actually just watch this game back, because you could learn a lot of things. And we're gonna move on to the next game because we have 2 more games, and the last one you're gonna want to stick around for because it's my game. Um, but definitely stick around for those. But you should probably watch this game again, because it was a good game. I don't want to get down on the guy who sent it to me. He played well and definitely took advantage of his opponent's very terrible, very hilarious blunders, which just bots do that. And yeah, well, anyway, thank you, Zach. Let us move on to game number 2. This is a rapid game. First move is g4 and b5. Okay. Now, keep in mind, these guys are 127 and 214. Okay, so just cut them a little bit of slack. h4, a5, g5, g6. Okay. Now, so far, black is playing great. I'm not being biased. I'm just saying black is playing great. White is playing like trash. Okay? It's like they're playing like a negative. That's not even possible. They're playing like a 0 rated player. Okay, like, what is this garbage? Like, what is this garbage they're playing? What is this? What is? Can anyone explain this to me? Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it so you can see how dumb this looks. Okay. Okay. Anyway, rook back to h1, e5. Okay. So far, black is playing good. They could have taken that pawn, but it's fine. We're gonna keep going. Rook h4, knights to c4. Rook takes e5, check. Bishop to e7. Okay. A few things black could do. They could push h6 to put a pin on the rook so the pawn can't take. They can also go knight to h6 is kind of tricky because here, okay? So like, for example, boom, boom, check, here, okay? And it's mate. So that would be nice. But again, these guys are like 200. That was actually, to be honest, I didn't even see that mate until I did this. So that would be an amazing mate, by the way. That's basically like a fool's mate right there. Lots of ways to take advantage of this pin. Anyway, that didn't happen. It's fine. Bishop to a6. It's totally fine. Again, these guys are 200 and 100, so whatever. c3. Queen to c7. Okay. Now, the computer likes bishop takes g5. Okay. d5. Okay, now we have long castles. And queen to h2. White is playing bananas chess. I don't know what white is thinking. I mean, like, banana is bonkers. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, bishop to b7. Also, black is playing a few irregular moves. I mean, now you can see white's idea, which can be kind of easily taken care of, but instead, black goes b4. Now we have c takes b4, a takes b4, and now rook to d3. So white just gave up on their idea. Rook to d3, f6, a4. Okay, black doesn't know about en passant. That's fine. If you do know about en passant, there it is. That's fine. Okay. a4, f takes, g5. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Okay, bishop goes back, a6. Okay, now white is just making uber elementary mistakes, obviously. Here, both sides are making mistakes because you could have taken here. You don't. Okay. And you could have taken the knight. You didn't, but, you know, whatever. No harm, no foul. Queen to a8. It's fine. They're not being greedy. They have a rook for a knight. It's fine. Bishop to h6. Okay, like we saw in the last game, and I said in the last game, when you have the opportunity, trade. You're up in material, up in exchange. Trade. Don't trade. Queen to b8. Okay. Now black loses a piece. It's you know. Okay. Queen to a7, rook to d4. Okay. I mean, I don't know if in the years, the centuries, the millennia that chess has been around, if there's ever been a faster way to lose a piece. I don't know if that's even possible. Is there a faster way to lose a piece than rook to d4? I mean, talk about a way to, and black doesn't see it, but talk about a way to lose a piece. I mean, like, the fastest way to lose a piece. Okay. Queen to a5 check. It's sitting there like a golden ticket. Like the golden ticket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like, please take me. It's like that. Except it's a piece and it's worth a lot of money. That was weird. Discount what I just said there. That was weird. It's like a golden. It's like it's begging you to take it and you don't take it. Rook to f4. Now you can't take it. What I would do here, not that I'm smart or anything. I'd probably go queen to b8. Although, yeah, there's a lot of pretty good moves here. The threatening the knight. I'd really like to take advantage of the open file, probably. Anyway, that's what black does. Rook to g8, rook to f2. Okay, so again, rook to f2 doesn't make a lot of sense because you already have two defenders for that knight, but doesn't really matter. Here with black, because you're down a point of material, but technically a piece, you got to play in a little bit more strategic way. That would possibly mean definitely taking advantage of open files and open space. Maybe going something like queen to a1, even though it looks a little ridiculous. You are threatening both of those pieces. That could be good. Which actually, we do have queen to a1 and king to d1 and queen takes c3. So now black has gained another piece, which is good. Now they have a rook and a knight for, well, they're up in exchange now. Queen to g1, queen takes b4. Now if I was black, there's a lot of pretty good moves. Knight to c5 looks very interesting. Here black goes queen to a4 check and rook to b3. Okay. This might even be an easier way to, this might even be a faster way to win a piece than the last one. I don't know. Queen takes b3. King e1. Queen to b1. King to d1. And now we have knight to b8 and queen a4. Not knight. Okay. Oh. This game has taken so many devious turns. You just hang a queen in one move. Like, it's even easier to take this than the rook. But alas, we have queen a4 check, king to d2. Now we pick up the knight instead. Queen a7, queen f4 check. And white resigns after 51 moves. And after a very, shall we say, unexpected twist, which would be just a full giving away of the white queen. Goodbye, queen. Go be taken. Go be taken for free, for nothing, for nada, nothing. Goodbye. Okay, this was a very fun game. I hope you all enjoyed this one. Now let's get on to my game. Hope you all are ready for that one. Definitely not going to be as exciting as these ones, but trust me, it'll be exciting. Let's get into it. Okay, so at the beginning of this game, I was rated 1093. My opponent is Divya. There's some numbers and stuff. I'm going to just leave it at Divya. That is the real rating, by the way. I played this on the 4th of, not July, 4th of September. So a week ago now, if you're watching on the 11th. And this game was pretty short, less than 20 moves long, but an important game. And if you guys want to watch it again, just watch it again. If you want to see the game, just watch it again. Here we go. D4, D5. If you know me, Queen's Gambit player all the time. Queen's Gambit on the board. Knight to C6 now. Knight to F3. Knight to F6. C3. D takes. Bishop to F4. I've been playing this. I used to only be doing like E3 and then I take the pawn but then I was like, wow, that's really dumb because I block my dark square bishop. So I always play bishop to F4 now. And A3 gets to deter any dark square bishop or knight on C6 to go to B4. Bishop takes D6, bishop takes D6, queen takes, and now I go E3 to take the pawn back. My opponent lets me E5, D5. Here he attacks me, and I just back up. Bishop E4, B4. And here I win a piece after this. Okay. And my opponent, I hope it's a mouselet because it 1,000, almost 1,100. I hope you wouldn't be doing that like we saw in the last game. And they resign. This game took less than 2 minutes to go over. Just to go over it one more time. I mean, you can do it without blinking. That's how fast it is. There it is right there. That was the last game. If you want to see it, it's very quick. It will not take much of your time. In conclusion, hope you all enjoyed these 3 games. I hope you learned something from each one of them. If you learned anything, I hope it was that to be better at chess, one of the most important things you can do is slow down, take your time, not spend too much time, but just think about the position. And one piece of advice that a friend of mine gave to me before my chess tournament back in January, which if you guys want to see the recaps for that, there's one over here, I believe, or no, over here. Check out the recap over here. Check out I'll put the second round up here because that was a good one. But he would say, when you are evaluating a position, whether it be online or over the board, look at like 3 or 4 of the best moves you can play, and then out of those, think about the best one out of those, and then think of the best move out of those like 3 or 4 possible moves, and then think about how your opponent will respond. And I hope you guys will keep that in mind as well for your own games. I hope you enjoyed. That's all I got for you. Make sure to subscribe. You can do that right here. Check out these videos right here. Maybe meet me on the chessboard. See you guys.